It was supposed to be the perfect Escapo weekend getaway before exams consumed their lives. 12 students from Crestwood College piled into 2 vans, laughter echoing as they headed toward the secluded Blue Ridge Cliffs. Far from the city, the air was crisp, wild, and unforgiving. Ryan Parker, the group's fearless leader, was louder than ever. His best friend, Ethan Cole, sat quietly in the corner seat, eyes lingering on Lily Ryan's ex-girlfriend, who had been strangely close to Ethan lately. When they arrived at the remote cabin, there was no signal, no neighbors, just the endless stretch of dark woods. Perfect place for a horror movie, Ryan laughed, tossing his phone aside. They built a bonfire, roasting marshmallows, sipping beer, sharing secrets. At midnight, someone suggested their old tradition: truth or dare, no lies, no backing out. The mood turned tense as questions dug deep: affairs, betrayals, stolen exams. Ryan smirked and dropped a bombshell. Want to play real truth? Who here's hiding something big? The fire crackled. Eyes darted. Someone laughed nervously. Then Ryan's gaze locked on Ethan. You, bro? Got anything to confess? Ethan clenched his jaw. Not to you. The game ended abruptly when Ryan stormed off into the woods, muttering curses. Nobody followed. By morning, he still hadn't returned. The sun rose lazily over the cliffs, painting the horizon in orange hues. But the cabin wasn't filled with laughter anymore. It was silent. Ryan's bed was empty, his shoes still by the door. Maybe he slept outside, Lily said, forcing a smile. But her hands shook as she sipped cold coffee. Ethan volunteered to look for him. He scanned the thick forest trails, shouting Ryan's name until his voice cracked. An hour later, he returned pale and trembling. You need to come, Ethan whispered. The group followed him to the edge of the cliff, and there he was, Ryan Parker, hanging from a rope tied to a jagged tree branch, swaying in the wind. Like a broken puppet, his lifeless eyes stared at the valley below. But it wasn't just the gruesome sight that froze them. It was the note pinned to his jacket. This game isn't over. Someone screamed. Lily collapsed. Ethan stood frozen, fists clenched. Call the cops. Someone yelled, but their phones were useless. No signal, no escape. They dragged Ryan's body down, hands trembling, minds racing. Who would do this? Why? The note. Then, under Ryan's boots, Ethan noticed something scratched into the dirt. One down. Panic spread like wildfire. Ryan's body lay on the cabin floor, covered with a blanket. Lily sobbed uncontrollably while Ethan paced, muttering to himself. We need help, Jessica said, fumbling with her dead phone. There has to be a ranger station. There isn't, Ethan snapped. We drove 2 hours off-road. The nearest town is 30 miles away. Then we walk, someone suggested. But when they stepped outside, a dense fog had rolled in, cloaking the woods in an eerie gray. The trails disappeared into nothingness. The forest felt alive. Watching. Inside, the group argued. Some suspected suicide. Others whispered murder. Ethan clenched the chilling note. This game isn't over. What the hell does that mean? Then Lily spoke through sobs. Ryan? He was planning something. He told me last week this trip will change everything. I thought he meant us getting back together. The words hung heavy. What did Ryan plan? As night fell, someone noticed something horrifying. Ryan's phone was missing, and so was Ben. The group split into pairs to search for Ben. But the fog thickened until they could barely see 5 feet ahead. Twigs cracked underfoot, and every sound felt amplified in the silence. Ben, this isn't funny. Jessica's voice echoed through the woods. An hour passed. Nothing. Until a blood-curdling scream tore through the night. They ran toward the sound, hearts pounding, and there hanging from another cliff edge was Ben, same position as Ryan, rope biting into his neck, body swaying in the cold wind. Pinned to his chest was another note. 2 down. Who's next? Jessica collapsed to her knees, screaming. Ethan grabbed the note, hands shaking. The handwriting was neat, deliberate. This isn't random, he whispered. It's planned. As they tried to lower Ben's body, someone gasped. Carved into the tree near him were 3 chilling words. Nitrogen monoxide. 1 leaves. Back at the cabin, fear turned to paranoia. Doors were locked, windows shut tight. No one slept. Somewhere, in the darkness, a pair of eyes watched. Morning brought no relief. The forest remained eerily quiet, fog lingering like a curse. Ethan gathered everyone in the main room. We have to be honest. What did Ryan mean when he said this trip would change everything? Silence. Then Lily spoke. He knew something. About us. Ethan froze. Lily's voice cracked. He found out about me and you. He said he'd ruin us both. Gasps filled the room. Ethan clenched his fists. So you think I killed him, did you? Jessica shot back. Before Ethan could respond, Dylan stood. Enough. We need to stick together. But then Mia, Ryan's cousin, whispered, what if this isn't just about Ryan? What if it's about all of us? Everyone stared. What are you talking about? Mia hesitated. Ryan told me. Someone in this group did something bad last year. Something worth killing for. A loud bang outside made everyone jump. They rushed to the window. Ryan's missing phone lay on the porch. Screen cracked. A single message glowed. Round 3 tonight. Everyone stared at Ryan's cracked phone on the porch like it was a ticking bomb. Ethan snatched it up, unlocking it with Ryan's fingerprint. The message thread was chilling. Unknown. The game starts when the fire dies. Keep your promise. The last reply was from Ryan. Ryan, don't worry. I'll make them confess. What the hell does that mean? Mia, whispered Ethan. Scrolled further. More messages, dates, cryptic phrases like choose the order and debt must be paid. Whoever the sender was, Ryan was involved. Jessica panicked, so Ryan was working with someone. Why? Maybe to expose whoever did something worth killing for, Mia said. Before anyone could respond, a loud thud came from upstairs. Everyone froze. Ethan grabbed a fire poker, creeping up the stairs. A door creaked open. Inside Ryan's room, the window was wide open, curtains fluttering like ghostly hands. On the bed lay a Polaroid photo, the group taken by the bonfire last night. Across it scrawled in red marker, 3 will fall before dawn. Panic erupted. They bolted outside only to find one van missing. Dylan cursed loudly. Who the hell took it? Everyone looked at each other, fear morphing into suspicion. Maybe the killer? Jessica whispered. Or one of us, Ethan muttered. They ran to the dirt road leading out, but tire tracks vanished into the fog. Hope of escape was gone. Back in the cabin, they argued again. Ethan slammed the Polaroid on the table. 3 will fall. 2, already dead. That means 1 more before dawn. Lily broke down. I can't do this. As they tried to calm her, a blood scream shattered the silence. They rushed to the back porch. Mia stood frozen, pointing. On the cabin wall, written in blood, round 3 begins now. They sprinted through the trees, following the sound of another scream. The fog was so thick it clung to their skin like wet cloth. Over there, Dylan shouted, spotting a shadow dangling dot. It was Jessica hanging just like the others. Rope taut, eyes wide in eternal terror. Pinned to her chest, 3 down. Who's next? Lily vomited into the bushes. Ethan ripped the note off. Fury, burning in his eyes. This isn't random, he snarled. They're following a list. Jessica's death shattered the group. Only 8 remained, but trust had evaporated. Everyone accused everyone. They carried Jessica back. A folded paper fell from her pocket. Ethan opened it with trembling hands. It read, you lied in the game. You die in the dark. They huddled in the cabin, doors barricaded. Dylan paced like a caged animal. Who lied last night? No one spoke. The fire crackled. Shadows danced. Finally, Mia whispered, I stole the chem final, but I told the truth. Then who didn't? Ethan growled. Lily's hands shook. What if it's not just about the game? What if this is revenge for something bigger? Then Dylan slammed his fist. Stop guessing. We need weapons, knives, anything. They raided the kitchen, gripping whatever they could. That's when Lily noticed something. The Polaroid was gone. Where is it? She screamed. A knock came at the door. Slow, deliberate. Ethan yanked it open. No one was there, just the missing Polaroid nailed to the doorframe. Across their smiling faces was a new message. Next, Lily. Lily shrieked, bolting toward the door, but Ethan grabbed her. You're not going alone. They decided to stick together, moving room to room. The air was icy now, every sound amplified. Suddenly the power cut. Darkness swallowed the cabin. Flashlights, phones. Dylan yelled. Light beams flickered across the walls, revealing words smeared in something dark. No, 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 one escapes the game. A loud crash from the kitchen. They ran pots, scattered. Back door, wide open. The fog outside pulsed like a living thing. Then a scream. Lily's. They sprinted into the fog, hearts pounding. But when they reached the clearing, there was no Lily, just her scarf tied to a tree, dripping red. Pinned beside it, 4 down. Shock turned to fury. Ethan grabbed Dylan by the collar. You were closest to the kitchen. What did you do? Dylan shoved him off. You'd think I'd killed her, Mia cried out. Stop. That's what the killer wants, for us to turn on each other. Ethan backed off, breathing hard. Then his eyes fell on Lily's scarf. Something was written on it, tiny letters scrawled in marker. Ask Ethan about last summer. The room spun. Mia's voice shook. What happened last summer? Ethan, face drained of color. It was an accident, he whispered. What was? Dylan demanded. Ethan's voice broke. Ryan's brother. He died because of me. I was driving. We covered it up. Ryan found out. Gasps filled the room. So this is revenge, Mia whispered. Ryan planned this with someone, but Ryan's dead, Dylan said, which means Ethan whispered. His partner is still here. A loud bang from the attic cut their argument short. Ethan and Dylan crept up the creaky stairs. The attic door stood ajar, shadows curling, like smoke inside. Ethan pushed it open, empty, except for Ryan's missing backpack. Inside, ropes, markers, and a black HOODIE. Suddenly, the attic hatch slammed shut behind them. A figure lunged from the shadows, swinging a bat. Dylan went down hard. Ethan fought back, ripping off the hood. Mia, you. Ethan gasped. Her eyes blazed. Ryan was my cousin. You killed his brother. You all lied and laughed while my family burned. You killed 3 people. Ethan shouted. 4? She sneered, raising the bat. And now? 5. But before she could strike, Dylan tackled her. The bat clattered. Ethan grabbed it and swung. Mia crumpled, unconscious. They tied Mia up, dragging her downstairs. The fog outside had thinned, revealing a pale dawn. Relief washed over them until Dylan froze. "Where's Lily's body?" he whispered. Everyone stared. The scarf was gone from the tree. Then the cabin door creaked open. Lily walked in alive, her eyes cold, a gun in her hand. "Drop her," Lily said calmly. "She was supposed to finish the game, but you ruined it." Ethan's stomach dropped. You were in on this." Lily smirked. "Ryan wanted revenge, but he didn't plan to share it, so I killed him first. Then Mia tried to take over." Pathetic. She aimed the gun at Ethan. "You're last." Lily squeezed the trigger, but the gun clicked empty. Ethan lunged, knocking her down. They wrestled, crashing into the table. Dylan grabbed the bat and swung. Lily collapsed. Motionless. Silence. Just their ragged breaths. Ethan stared at her, shaking. "She played us all." Police sirens wailed in the distance finally. Dylan laughed bitterly. "Guess the game's over." But as the cops cuffed Lily and loaded Mia into an ambulance, Ethan's phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. "You broke the rules? Game over." "No. It just began." Ethan looked at the misty woods and felt eyes watching.